know what I'm up against. I don't know what it's all about. I got so much to think about. Hey, I think I love you. So what am I so afraid of? I'm afraid that I'm not sure of. A love there is no cure for.
Hey everybody, welcome to day 11. I would do the fancy fingers, but we don't have 11 fingers. So today is day 11, as you've heard. And so let's just get right into it. We are in Genesis 24:52 through 26:16. I hope that made sense. Talk.
Okay, hi! I'm also here.
Yay!
Reading the majority of this.
Yeah.
Alright, so I've got, she already told me. I feel lost, like I have no purpose, because you already told them where we were going to be.
Well, do your job plus my job and makes for a better team.
What is your job exactly?
I don't know. I think I just sit here and say stuff, and then I read the Psalms and Proverbs. Oh my gosh, is this
It's
it?
short, I feel like it's shorter today.
It might be.
Maybe.
So remember, we are in the Bible, in 1 Year Bible. It's red with some leaves on it. You can purchase this on Amazon. We'll have the link in the description.
I don't think we put the link in the last one.
It's
We'll have
okay.
to go back and do that. We'll go back and fix that.
Yeah, no. Making promises you can't keep.
I hope you guys are having a good week, and thank you for tuning in.
Yay!
When Abraham's servant heard this answer... What answer? What answer?
Did we miss something?
Well, it was back in the last one. What was the answer? Okay, so I guess just to recap. Okay. So Rebecca's family has agreed on her behalf that she can go marry Isaac. So that's where we're at.
Yay!
When Abraham's servant heard their answer, he bowed down to the ground and worshipped the Lord. Then he brought out silver and gold jewelry and clothing and presented them to Rebekah. He also gave expensive presents to her brother and her mother. Then they ate their meal, and their servant and the men with him stayed there overnight. Early the next morning, Abraham's servant said, "Send me back to my master, but we want Rebekah to stay with us at least 10 days." Her brother and her mother said, "Then she can go." But he said, "Don't delay me. The Lord has made my mission successful. Now send me back so I can return to my master." "Well," they said, "we'll call Rebekah and ask her what she thinks." Finally, they're asking for her opinion.
Yay!
So they called Rebekah. "Are you willing to go with this man?" they asked her, and she replied, "Yes, I will go." So they said goodbye to Rebekah and sent her away with Abraham's servants and his men. The woman who had been Rebekah's childhood nurse went along with her. They gave her this blessing as she parted. "Our sister, may you become the mother of many millions. May your descendants be strong and conquer the cities of their enemies." Then Rebekah and her servant girls mounted the camels. Ooh, action.
Wow.
Such action. She's on an adventure. Then Rebekah and her servant girls mounted the camels and followed the man. So Abram's servant took Rebekah and went on his way. Meanwhile, Isaac, who was home in the Negev, had returned from Beer-lahai Roi one evening as he was walking and meditating in the fields. He looked up and saw the camels coming. The camels are coming! The camels are coming! When Rebekah looked up and saw Isaac, she quickly dismounted from her camel. "Who is that man walking through the fields to meet us?"
Tough one.
And he replied, "It's my master." So Rebekah covered her face with a veil. Then the servant told Isaac everything he had done, and Isaac brought Rebekah into his mother Sarah's tent, and she became his wife. He loved her deeply, and she was a special comfort to him after the death of his mother. Abraham married another wife.
What? We just spent all of that time reading about Rebekah, and we loved Rebekah, and Rebekah carried the pots.
No, honey. Isaac didn't marry somebody else.
He didn't?
No. Abraham, Isaac's father, married somebody else.
See? This is why you're here. You didn't know your cause until this point.
Okay, let's go over that again.
Yeah.
Abraham married another wife, whose name was Keturah, but she doesn't really matter because she's never mentioned again. She gave birth to Zimran, Jokash, Midian,
Okay.
Ishbak, and Shua. Jokshan was the father of Sheba and Dedan. Dedan's descendants were the Asherites, Letushites, Lemuites. Midian's sons were Ephah, Epher, Hanok, Abida, and Eldah.
Wow.
These were the descendants of Abraham through Keturah. Abraham gave everything he owned to his son Isaac, but before he died, he gave gifts to the sons of his concubines. That was kind. And sent them off to the land in the east, away from Isaac. Abraham lived for 175 years. He died at a ripe old age. Having lived a long and satisfying life, he breathed his last and joined his ancestors in death. His sons Isaac and Ishmael buried him in the cave of Machpelah near Mamre, in the field of Ephron, the son of Zohar the Hittite. So I wonder how that went, because I don't feel like Isaac and Ishmael are on good terms.
Besties.
So and then especially in those days, did you send a letter, a telegram, saying, "Hey, our father died.
Oh, that's nice.
You want to meet up at the old field and bury him together?" I want to know. I want to see the tape. After Abraham's death, God blessed his son Isaac, who settled near Beer Lahai Roi in the Negev. Verse 12. This is the account of the family. Oh no. Of the family of Ishmael, the son of Abraham, through Hagar, Sarah's Egyptian servant. Here's a list by their names and clans. Ishmael's descendants. The oldest was Nebaioth, followed by Kedar, Abdil, Misam, Mishma, Duma, Masa, Hadad, Tema, Jeter, Napish, Kema. These 12 sons of Israel. Sorry, we're not there yet. Sorry. Spoilers. These 12 sons of Ishmael became the founders of 12 tribes. How ironic. Named after them. Again, the irony. Listed according to the places they settled and camped. Ishmael lived for 137 years. Then he breathed his last and joined his ancestors in death. Ishmael's descendants occupied the region from Havilah to Shur, which is east of Egypt in the direction of Ashur. There they lived in open hostilities with all their relatives. This is the account of the family of Isaac, the son of Abraham. When Isaac was 40 years old, he married Rebekah, the daughter of Bethuel, the Aramean from Paddan Aram, and the sister of Laban, the Aramean. Isaac pleaded with the Lord on behalf of his wife because she was unable to have children. The Lord answered Isaac's prayer. Rebekah became pregnant with twins.
Aww. That's so awesome. Cut that out.
But the two children struggled with each other in the womb, so she went and asked the Lord about it. "What is happening to me?" she asked. Fair question. And the Lord told her, "The sons in your womb will become two nations." Very true. From the very beginning, the two nations will be rivals. One nation will be stronger than the other, and your older son will serve your younger son. And when it came time to give birth, Rebekah discovered that she did indeed have twins. The first one was very red at birth and covered with thick hair like a fur coat. They named him Esau.
Oh, I know where we're going.
Then the other twin was born with his hand grasping Esau's heel, so they named him Jacob. Isaac was 60 years old when the twins were born. As the boys grew up, Esau became a skillful hunter. He was an outdoorsman, but Jacob had a quiet temperament, preferring to stay at home. Isaac loved Esau because he enjoyed eating the wild game Esau brought home, but Rebekah loved Jacob. One day, when Jacob was cooking some stew, Esau arrived from the wilderness, exhausted and hungry. Esau said to Jacob, "I'm starved. Give." Page flip. "Me some of that red stew." This is how Esau got his other name, Edom, which means red. "All right," Jacob replied, "but trade me your rights as the firstborn son."
That's a bad deal.
"Look, I'm dying of starvation," said Esau. "What good is my birthright now?" That he's dying, I guess, of starvation.
Wow.
Verse 33, "But Jacob said, 'First you must swear that your birthright is mine.' So Esau swore an oath, therefore selling all his rights as the firstborn to his brother Jacob. For soup.
My mother has me share with my brother, So why can't Rebecca just have him share? Sharing is caring.
I don't have the answer to your question. But Jacob said, "First you must swear that your birthright is mine." So Esau swore an oath, thereby selling all his rights as the firstborn son to his brother Jacob. Verse 34. Then Jacob gave Esau some bread. At least he gave him some bread. And lentil stew. Esau ate the meal. Then he got up and left, and he showed contempt for his rights as the firstborn. A severe famine now struck... Oh, wait. Chapter 26, verse 1. A severe famine now struck the land and happened before, as had happened before in Abraham's time. So Isaac moved to Gerar, where Abimelech, king of the Philistines, lived. The Lord appeared to Isaac and said, "Do not go down to Egypt, but do what I tell you. Live here as a foreigner in this land, and I will be with you and bless you. I hereby confirm that I will give all these lands to your descendants. Just as I solemnly promised Abraham your father, I will cause your descendants to become as numerous as the stars in the sky. I will give them these lands. And through your descendants, all nations of the earth will be blessed. I will do this because Abraham listened to me and obeyed all my requirements, commands, and decrees, and instructions." So Isaac stayed in Gerar. When the men who lived there asked Isaac about his wife Rebekah, he said, "She is my sister." He was afraid to say, "She is my wife." The curse continues. He thought, "They will kill me to get to her, because she is so beautiful." But sometime later, Abimelech, king of the Philistines, looked out his window and saw Isaac caressing Rebekah. He saw it. Caught in the act. Immediately, Abimelech called for Isaac and exclaimed, "She is obviously your wife. Why did you say, 'She is my sister'? This has been done to me too many times by your family." "Because I was afraid that someone would come and kill me to get her from me," Isaac replied. "How could you do this to us?" Abimelech exclaimed. "One of my people might easily have taken your wife and slept with her, and you would have made us guilty of great sin." Then Abimelech issued a public proclamation. About time somebody did. "Anyone who touches this man or his wife will be put to death."
Ooh.
When Isaac planted his crops that year, he harvested 100 times more than he had planted. The Lord blessed him. He became a very rich man, and his wealth continued to grow. He acquired so many flocks of sheep and goats and herds of cattle and servants, and the Philistines became jealous of him.
The Philistines are having a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for lunch.
Okay. So the Philistines filled up all of Isaac's wells with dirt.
Is that effective?
Well, that's your only drinking water. These were the wells that had been dug by the servants of his father Abraham. Finally, Abimelech ordered Isaac to leave the country. "Go somewhere else,"
Please.
he said, "for you have become too powerful for us."
So jealous of your goats and
Matthew 8:18 through 34.
Okay. When Jesus saw the crowd around him, he instructed the disciples to cross to the other side of the lake. Then one of the teachers of the religious law said to him, "Teacher, I will follow you wherever you go." But Jesus replied, "Foxes have dens to live in, and birds have nests, but the Son of Man has no place even to lay his head." Another of the disciples said, "Lord, first let me return home and bury my father."
Yeah.
How did we get to this?
He asked him to go somewhere, and he's like, "Wait a minute, I have to do something first."
Okay. But Jesus told him, "Follow me now. Let the spiritually dead bury their own dead."
Yes.
Okay. Then
That's what I always go around saying.
Then Jesus got into the
It's a
boat
catchphrase of mine.
and started across the lake with his disciples. Suddenly, a fierce storm struck the lake, with waves breaking
#fierce.
into the boat. But Jesus was sleeping?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know the story.
Yes, I do. The disciples went and woke him up, shouting, "Lord, save us, we're going to drown!" Jesus responded, "Why are you afraid? You have so little faith." Then he got up and rebuke the winds and waves. And suddenly there was a great calm. 27. The disciples were amazed. Who is this man? They asked. Even the winds and the waves obey him. When Jesus arrived on the other side of the lake in the region of bad things, a bad girl. You made me interrupt my story time, and you have offended the Brits with their chips and their tea time, and you've offended the Queen.
Oh my goodness, the Queen so much.
The Queen can't even bear the sight or the thought of you right now.
I'm pretty sure she doesn't know I exist.
She knows. Okay. Lindsay.
Go back to your story.
Okay. When Jesus arrived on the other side of the lake in the region of Gadarenes, two men who were possessed by demons met him. They came out of the tombs and were so violent that no one could go through that area. They began screaming at him. Okay. Why are you interfering with us, Son of God? Have you come here to torture us before God's appointed time?
Probably.
There happened to be a large herd of pigs feeding in the distance. So the demons begged, if you cast us out, send us into the herd of pigs. All right, go. Jesus commanded them. Okay, so the demons came out of the men and entered the pigs, and the whole herd plunged down the steep hillside into the lake and drowned in the water. The herdsmen fled to a nearby town, telling everyone what had happened to the demon-possessed men. Then the entire town came out to meet Jesus. But they begged him to go away and leave them alone. If somebody could do that, and they could help you, why would they ask? Yeah, just leave me alone. Okay. So, do you want
Maybe
me?
they were afraid.
Maybe.
Like, what sorcery is this? Leave our town!
Okay.
Now! Straight away!
Lindsay rides a motorcycle, and she keeps her wallet on the shelf.
Now they know where to find my wallet.
Oh my god.
Psalms 10:1-15. O Lord, why do you stand so far away? Why do you hide when I'm in trouble? The wicked arrogantly hunt down the poor. Let them be caught in the evil that they plan for others, for they brag about their evil desires. They praise the greedy and curse the Lord. The wicked are too proud to seek God. They seem to think that God is dead. There's a song that tells me the contrary. Yet they succeed in everything they do. They don't see your punishment awaiting them. They sneer at all their enemies. They think nothing bad will ever happen to us. We will be free of trouble forever. Verse 7. Their mouths are full of cursing, lies, and threats. Trouble and evil are on the tips of their tongues. They lurk in ambush in the village, waiting to murder innocent people. They are always searching for helpless victims. Like lions crouching and hiding, they wait to pounce on the helpless. Like hunters, they capture the helpless and drag them away in nets. Their helpless victims are crushed. They fall beneath the strength of the wicked. The wicked think, God isn't watching us. He has closed his eyes and won't ever see what we do. Arise, O Lord. Punish the wicked, O God. Do not ignore the helpless. Why do the wicked get away with despising God? But you see the trouble and grief that they cause. You take note of it and you punish them. The helpless put their trust in you. You defend the orphans. Page flip. Break the arms of these wicked evil people. Go after them until the last one is destroyed.
Actually in Proverbs, right there, because we just moved. See? Okay. Proverbs 3:7-8. Don't be impressed with your own wisdom. Instead, fear the Lord and turn away from evil. Then you have healing for your body and strength for your bones. That's nice.
That's nice and conclusive.
That was day 11. So, that was nice. If you're wondering, this is a Pokeball. If you're like, what is that strange circle? It's a Pokeball.
I'm sure that was on the minds of many.
I know.
Day 11 concluded officially, ceremony, ribbon cutting, and everything. And so that was over. We did that at the beginning, in case you missed that. Alright, so have a good rest of your day, evening, night, morning, whatever it is that you, whatever time you're watching this in 2020. How's the future?
Bye, guys. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. And
Oh yeah, let's tell them why they should subscribe.
well, it's 5 reasons why you should subscribe to Lindsay.
Okay, 1,
I'm here sometime.
2.
It's fun to watch. There are Dexter sightings. It's a good way to get the Bible in every day. And she just reads it to you, so you don't have to do much work.
Actually, the main reason I think to subscribe is so you can get notifications. And like the videos because I want to know that you're out there. And leave a comment if you have a comment. I would love to hear from you.